Favor, drop an emoji and share with me how you feel about meditation. Tonight we're going to talk about becoming the observer of your own thoughts. And I have some notes because I'm total squirrel syndrome right now. Right now, who am I kidding? I'm like that every single day. But I did just get done meditating. I got done journaling and writing down what I wanted to share with you because I wanted to make sure that I'm not missing anything. And so if anything resonates with you as I am going through this, or if it makes you laugh, make sure that you comment below. If you have any questions that come up as I'm going through this, make sure that you drop them. And at the end, I will go through all the questions. So I'm not like ignoring you or anything. I just have squirrel syndrome, and so I need to make sure that I'm paying attention. No, I am not a therapist. That is a great question. My name, for those of you guys that don't know me, my name is Kristen Jones, and I am a military wife. I am a boy mom, and we are currently stationed in South Dakota, where it's finally warming up. Oh my God. And I have been an online health and fitness coach for 4.5 years, and I've also added in a lot of lifestyle coaching. I have a passion for woo-woo stuff like crystals and saging and meditation and all things woo-woo. I love my oracle cards, all the things. I love it all. And so tonight we're going to talk about becoming the observer and how to tell the chick inside your head to sit down and shut up. Because if you are like me, you have this human being or this thing that's inside your head constantly chatting, constantly telling you what to do, constantly making you worry and have fear and anxiety. And so one thing that I want to begin with is when it comes to meditation, let me make sure I'm on the right page for my notes. Okay. When it comes to meditation, I have a lot of questions about how do I meditate? How do I sit there? How do I become, how do I become the observer of my thoughts? How the hell am I supposed to shut this person up or this thing up in my head long enough to be able to actually sit there? And then how long am I supposed to sit there? And how do I forget the thoughts? And how do I blah, 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 right? Can anybody relate to that? Like, you want to meditate, and then every time it comes up, you're like, all the things, all the things, all the things. And you're like, well, F it. I'm just messing this up anyway. So who cares? I'm just throwing in the towel. I know that was me when I first began. And I really want to simplify this for you guys. And that's why I decided to do the 5-day meditation class, because I believe so fully in taking a moment for ourselves. I believe that if we put ourselves first, we can be better for ourselves, but we can also be better for the world around us. And we're better for our family. We're better for our friends. We're better for our community. We're better for the people that we show up for online. And it doesn't mean that we're perfect, you guys. I mean, you saw my post. Most of you saw my post last night. Some of you guys have reached out to me. I did my Instagram stories last night. I was reading through messages, bawling. I went to do Instagram stories earlier, and I had makeup streaming down my face, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll take care of that a little bit later. But like, it doesn't mean we always have our shit together. It means that we are taking a moment for ourselves and getting grounded within ourselves. It still means that we're human. We still are here having a human experience, but we're really taking a moment to just breathe. And when I say this, I think I said this in either an email or a post, I can't remember which one it was, but it's not in the cliche Pinterest, like just breathe. No, it means really focusing on the breath and coming back to your body. And so when it comes to meditation, it's truly, when I thought back to how I made it simple for myself, it was breathing, noticing the thoughts, and releasing them without judgment. Let me say that again, without judgment. That is the biggest part with this, is just letting go of the judgment of yourself, of the thoughts that are coming in, and knowing it's okay, and knowing it's beautiful, and knowing it's perfect and it's divine, and you're gonna work through this. So some days it's easier to clear our minds than it is others. I know earlier today I sat down to do like a quick manifesting meditation, which was a lot of fun, but in the same sense, I was like, chatter, 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 chatter. What does my dog need? What do my kids need? Are my kids burning down the house? What does my husband need? Colin's birthday is in a week and a half. Oh my God, I haven't even started birthday shopping. Holy crap, where's this year going? Like, it was like all the things. But tonight I sat down and meditated for just 10 minutes. It was a simple guided meditation, and it felt good. It felt easy. It felt flowy. I did have a few random chatter, but at the same sense, I was like, you know what? I felt really good, and I released without judgment, knowing it's okay. And so no matter what happens, we take a moment and we honor ourselves and we acknowledge ourselves and like pat on the back. Good job me. I'm sitting down for a few minutes. I'm taking a moment for myself to take care of me. And that's a big deal. That's really amazing. Whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I don't really care. 3 minutes to just breathe, it's vital. And so when people tell me they don't have time to meditate, I know that for me, when I thought about meditating in the beginning, I was like, I don't have a fucking hour to meditate. No, but I have 5 minutes. I have 3 minutes. Lord knows I spend more time scrolling on Facebook than I would ever even think about, or Instagram stories. Anybody else addicted to Instagram stories? The struggle is real. But I'm spending all this time scrolling and stalking and whatever on social media. I have 5 minutes to sit down for myself, right? And so let's talk about this person inside our head. So I've talked about it a few times, and I'm trying to see where I can put this up. Let me maybe prop my water bottle. This means I'm looking away from you guys more, but whatever, it is what it is. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So have you ever, and let's go back to this. Have you ever noticed how disruptive that bitch is in your head? Or dude, I know I have some dudes on here too. Have you ever realized how disruptive they are? So in the chatter, 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 chatter. When you're going to sleep, chatter, chatter, chatter. When you're driving the car, same thing. When you're watching TV, same thing. Pick up the phone. Oh, you need to do this. Oh, you need to do that. Or ladies, maybe you can relate to this. When you're getting busy, like, oh my God, what needs to be done? Oh, how about we turn her off for a minute and just be in the moment? But how do we do that, right? And so it's seriously like, shut the hell up. I just need a moment to just like be, right? And so what I want you to understand and realize is that we are not that person that's chattering, that person, that alter ego, or whatever you want to call it, whatever makes you feel good, is we are not that person that's inside of our head. That is our head. Who we truly are is divine, and it comes from the heart. And so when we remove ourselves from this thing that's going on in our head and we drop into our heart, we understand and we know who we are and what we want. And it has nothing to do with the negative chatter that's going on up in here or the random thoughts that are going up in here. And it has everything to do with what do I need? What does my soul need? And what feels good in here? And so let me ask you this. I've got a really fun challenge for you guys that I want you to try. And girlfriend, yes, I'm saving this. So I want you to, I'm going to get to the challenge here in a second, but let me ask you this. Would you tolerate the constant chatter that you have inside of your head every day with someone that was a friend? If somebody was talking to you every single day, the way that the thoughts are going on in your head, would you tolerate that? So I want you to just think about that. For me, the answer was F no. I don't tolerate being interrupted, not even by my own family, my kids. That's one thing I'm like, do not interrupt me. That is like, don't interrupt me. But I'm like, right? Girlfriend, yes. So Jess says, no, I wouldn't be friends with them at all, period, cut off. Yes, exactly, because because sometimes the things that we say to ourselves is not very nice. I wouldn't dare say some of the things that I honestly, you guys, I've been working on myself very consistently for 4.5 years now, and super like honed in the past year. And sometimes those thoughts still creep in, and I'm like, that's not actually my truth. No, thank you. And it's taken some time to get to this point, but there's no way I would talk to a friend, and there's no way I would tolerate some of the things that I was saying to myself in my head. And there's no way. And then also look at it this way. Is that something that you would say to a child? No, no, no. I would never say some of that stuff. So why would you say it to yourself? Why would you say that to yourself? And so these are questions I had to stop and think and ask myself too. So I'm not like calling you guys out, but I kind of am, because I want you to think about this. So I want you to, we're going to move on to the challenge that I want you guys to do. If you want to pull out a pen and paper, you can save this video for later so you can refer back to it. But how we get rid of this constant yapping in the back of our minds is we become the observer. And I'm going to share with you how we become the observer, but I first want to do this challenge. So for one day, just one day, I want you to just comment below, I commit. I'm going to wait. Comment below, I commit. Nobody's going to die, I promise. Nobody's going to be bleeding. There's going to be no broken bones. But I want you to just comment below, I commit. And I want you to do this challenge. I'm going to ask you to do this challenge because I've done this challenge. Okay. So I want you to, Jess says I commit. I want you to, Instagram is what's up. Facebook, are y'all here? Instagram is like, they're on fire over here. Gotta keep up. Okay, we got some commits. Woo woo. Okay, so I want you to take the chatter that's going on inside of your head, and I want you to give her a body, or if you're a guy, give him a body. And now this chatter that's going on in your head, now this is somebody that is a human being. And what I want you to do is she goes with you everywhere you go for 24 hours. She's in the passenger seat of your car. She's sitting outside of the shower. She's sleeping with you next to in bed. She's strolling with you as you're working out or as you're on a walk. She's with you as you're cooking. She is going to go with you as you're watching TV. She's going to go with you everywhere for 24 hours. And I want you to listen to every single thing she says. Everything she says. Listen to her. See what she has to say. It's going to be super fucking annoying. I'll be honest. When I did this, I was like, oh my God, this thing never shuts up. And I didn't realize how much this chatter went on until I observed, till I did this challenge. So no judgment. We're not going to judge her. We're just going to listen. And we're also not going to judge ourselves as we're doing this challenge. We're just going to listen. And at the end of the day, I want you to do this. I want you to take out a piece of paper or a journal. That's actually, I love this journal. I found it at Target, of course. Duh. Is there really any place else? There's not. Well, Amazon. So go into your journal or a notebook, and I want you to write out these things. You guys can come back to this video. Instagram, this video will be gone after 24 hours. I'll probably put it up on YouTube though. But you can find it on Facebook or just message me and I'll send you the link. So at the end of the day, I want you to journal out this experience. So I want you to think about, what did she have to say, or what did he have to say? What did this person constantly chatter about? When did you notice the most chatter? So here's what I want you to also journal about. So journal about your experience, but I really wanted you to think about these questions. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. So if you know anything about me, if you ever reach out to me and you're like, girlfriend, I need some help, always love and compassion. But one of the things I'm big on is journaling because it really takes you out of your head and into the paper, and it's so healing. And so I want you to write down, what did she have to say? I want you to write down, how did she make you feel? Or he. If you're a guy doing this is really cool too. And this is really important. This is really vital. I'll share with you why in a second. I just read out what I wrote about my person. But was she helpful, or was he helpful, or not so much? Would you keep her or him as a friend? And how would you describe her? So I want you to ask yourself those questions at the end of this challenge, and I want you to like really take some time and to like dig into it and observe this and see what it is. And if you want to dive further into this journaling stuff, just let me know, because if something comes up and you're like, that really pissed me off, good. I love being triggered because it gives me an opportunity to heal. It gives me an opportunity to shed a layer and to release shit that no longer serves me. And so honestly, my chick was a psychopath, because I'm like, well, are you doing this right? Well, maybe I'm screwing my kids up. Maybe I'm definitely screwing my kids up. Well, my kids didn't eat veggies today. I'm pretty sure they had cereal for breakfast. They had 20 waffles, and they had probably raviolis or something weird for lunch, and maybe some fish sticks that probably have MSG, and oh my God, I'm the worst mom ever, blah, 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 blah. And then this thing, and then that thing, and then this thing, and then that thing. Oh my God, like seriously. Okay, so she made me anxious, she made me fearful, and she made me worry a lot. And I think like the biggest thing when I really understood that I needed to really take control of this part of my life was when my husband was in Korea. It was shortly before he came home, but I was in the middle of selling my house by myself with 2 kids and 2 dogs, and it was a nightmare. And every single day I worried, would I be able to get this done? Is there what if we didn't have somewhere to live, which is so irrational. There's so many houses, we had so many friends down there, we had options, but it was still there. And I would literally call him not able to breathe because I was in a full-blown panic attack. I had, I think, 3 within a 24-hour period, and my chest hurt for almost a week. And I was like, Kristen, you have got to get a hold of yourself. We have got to find another way. And becoming the observer and really recognizing where this was coming from and why it was happening and how it was happening. It was happening because of things that I were in the future. They hadn't even happened yet. But what if I stayed in the present? What would happen? What would happen if I just lived right now? And so I had to choose to sit her down and shut her up. And when I say choose, yes, we do have that choice. That is an option for us. There's always an option for us to make that decision. And when we can make that decision within ourselves, that's powerful. And so so now we have the challenge. When you guys do this challenge, please message me and let me know how it goes, because I love this stuff. Like, I am so curious to know like what went on in your day, and if you need any guidance further, totally here. So how do we become the observer now? So that's the next thing, is what do we need to do for that? And so now that you've committed to listening, let's release it and work through it. And so this is what I'm talking about with like the journaling and the meditation. So every time we have a thought, release. And this is even sometimes with a to-do list. If it's like a, oh my gosh, the house is gonna explode if I don't get this done. Okay, great, write it down. I love to write things down. I love to write things down on a checklist that wasn't even on the checklist, just to feel accomplished at the end of the day. Does anybody else do that? I caught myself doing that a couple nights ago, and I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, oh my God, this is funny, because now I feel like, wow, I really did get a lot done today. I'm a badass. Okay, I'm going to bed. But anyway, so when you have a thought, release. And so what I simply say, release, in my head. And so a couple other ideas are, you can imagine like like a fairy godmother wand or whatever, and it's just slightly tapping. I'm on Instagram and Facebook, and my phone's not as wide as my Facebook. So I'm just like gently tapping the thought as it comes in, and it's dissolving, it's pushing it away. The other one is you can say release, or you can just imagine it. It's like the thought's coming in, and like you're just watching it float away. We're not judging ourselves. We're not giving it any meaning. We are just simply releasing it. And so, that sounds like, wow, really? That's the answer? Yes, that's the answer. If it's not something that's for your highest and best good, if it's not for somebody else's highest and best good, and that person that's standing next to us constantly chattering, is not sharing with us what is for our highest and best good, then we can just release it, and that's okay. It's okay. So when you're triggered by something that doesn't serve you and it pops in your head, one thing you can say is, isn't that interesting? You can also ask yourself, what makes me feel this way? Sometimes we don't always have those thoughts, and I get it. Like, my kids are home for the summer, and I'm like, how am I ever going to like live again? They're always talking, and it's okay. I love it. I'm grateful that I'm home with them. There's nothing else I would rather do. But there are times where I'm like, I could use some silence. But when you do have that moment and you can sit down and be like, okay, well, what about this makes me feel this way? And you can always write down something that triggered you, or just keep it, like tuck it in the back of your mind and journal with intentions to work on it later, and journal about it. That's like, I have journal upon journal upon journal. That sometimes I'm really triggered. Ladies, the week before our periods, like trigger city, and that's good because it allows us an opportunity to heal, right? It allows us an opportunity to release something that's no longer serving us, and it gives us an opportunity to look at it in a different way. And when we do that, it's freeing. It's so freeing. So if you have like 5 minutes at the end of the day before you go to bed, just keep a journal beside your bed and just write down those things that came up, and ask yourself, why is this triggering me? And work through it that way. So now for the meditation, so we've done our challenge. We're becoming the observer of our thoughts, and we're working through it. And so how does this tie into meditation? So when it comes to meditation, we are that observer of our thoughts when those thoughts come up, right? I think my cat's in the room. I was like, what is that sound behind me? Because my door is shut. It scared me. She must be under there. Her collar came off, and so she doesn't jingle when she walks now. And so, yeah, anyway. Okay, so during our meditation, we're focusing on our breathing. And so that's what keeps us centered. That's what keeps us aligned. That's what keeps us in the moment. We are here. We are right now. We can be right here. And when those thoughts come in, we observe. We don't judge them. We don't give them meaning. We just let them go. And so we see it in and we release it. And so when your mind wanders while you're doing your meditation, we give ourselves love and grace, and we know that it's okay and we can let it go. And also know that when your chick comes in and she starts chattering, just release it. You can tap that thought. You can throw it away, or you can throw it away, or you can watch it float away, whatever works best for you. And just come back to your breath. And that's something I really had to focus on this afternoon, was coming back to my breath, because I was listening to the meditation, and then I was like thought, and I was like, oh, I'm thinking about something. Okay, I'm going to come back to my breath and just focus on my breath, and then I'm listening to the meditation again. And that's where the magic happens. It's just listening, releasing. And over time, it does get a little bit easier. There are still times where, we are just more distracted, and that's okay, but we just come back to our breath. And so, let me see. Let's see. See it, return it, love yourself through the process. Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to look and see if there was any questions. If you guys have any questions about anything that I asked, just let me know. Comment. And then I'm going to share with you a little bit more about meditation, but I just was curious. Okay. So, oopsie. I'm looking on Instagram first. Let's see. Yes. When your world is crumbling around you, how do you find the calm? How do you find the gratitude? That is an awesome question. Wow. Okay. When the world is crumbling around you, how do you find the calm? How do you find the gratitude? Okay, so first thing I will say is it's okay to have a human experience. It is okay to cry. It is okay to feel the feels, to get it out in a safe and healthy way. And how do you find the calm? So honestly, okay, so I'll just because this is what's going on right now. I posted about my dog last night. It's been this whole thing has been going on for about 6 months, but a little bit longer, but we just recently found out that she was diagnosed with cancer. And so this past month has been extremely emotional. Without going into a whole lot of details, it's constant cleaning, it's constant needing attention, it's constant, like I'm getting less sleep, and it's been a lot. It's been a lot emotionally. And so I allow myself to feel everything. I feel everything. And then I sit down and I do some breathing, even if it's 3 minutes, even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's in the shower, during a walk. A meditation doesn't have to be necessarily that you're sitting down. It can be breathing in the shower, releasing in the shower, and just reminding yourself, just coming back to your body and just reminding yourself, I am here, everything is okay, and come back to your breath. And so hopefully that answers your question about finding the calm. It's just returning to your breath and being present right now. So feel the feels and get everything out. I feel like that's part of the healing process, as part of the releasing process. And it is so healing to cry. It feels so good to cry, and to just let it out. For so many years I held back. I was called like a crybaby and overly sensitive and stuff. So for many years I held it back until this past year. I'm just like, F it, let it out. So let it out, girlfriend, and then come back to your body. And the gratitude. What are you grateful for? There's so much to be grateful for every single day. And so when I'm struggling with gratitude, even if it's just one thing, it doesn't have to be a whole list of things. It doesn't have to be a huge page of things. It can literally be just, what am I grateful for today? What one thing am I grateful for today? And feel it in your soul, like in your bones, like every part of your being is so fucking grateful for this one thing that you have today. And you're just holding on to that. And you're just so grateful. And just sit in that feeling right there, even just for, 30 seconds. If you can hold it for a little bit longer, great. If you're like, that's all I have to give right now, great. Be where you are and be okay with where you are. But that's like that gratitude, that is powerful, because that gratitude brings in more of that frequency into your life. And so, oh, there she is. Did you see her word? Oh, Instagram, you can't see her, sorry. So just coming back to that gratitude is so vital. Girlfriend, let me know if that helped you. You can always message me too. So about the Enter Mean Girl, mine is a biatch and only says mean things. Is that even normal? It is so normal. I think that when we look at some, I feel like when we look at some people, we're like, oh, she has her shit together. She's always so positive. Or, you know, we're scrolling on everybody's highlight reel on social media and they just look like everything's okay. And I feel like the people, I feel like more of us are fighting internally than what we even realize. And sometimes it just takes that extra work. So it's totally normal, but it doesn't mean you can't turn it around. It doesn't mean that at all. I still struggle sometimes too. And the only difference now is that I can stop myself and I can be like, okay, this is not serving me. This is not for my highest and best good. Why am I thinking this? Where is this thought coming from? And choosing a different story. What is my truth? Is what's being said in my head even true? And if it's not, well, what is my truth? Our truth is a story that we tell ourselves then. That's how we turn it around. So we observe, we ask ourselves, is this the actual truth? And then how can I see this differently? And that's our new story that we share. Whoops. Okay. Okay. I think I got all the questions. Let me make sure. Okay. Yes, I did. Okay, so if you are wanting to join in my free 5-day meditation class, we start tomorrow. I do still have some spots open, and so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, you know what? Facebook deleted my posts, a couple different posts the other day because I put a link in there. So it was actually for my meditation and they deleted the post completely. Rude. So okay, let's do this. I'm going to try to put the link in here. If you are on Instagram, go to the link in my bio and then click free 5-day meditation class. We start tomorrow night, and so there will be 3 live recordings, 3 live for sure, 2, 5 total. So the original plan was 5 live meditations, but let's be honest, with everything that's been going on recently, and even more recently with my dog and summertime with the kids and daddy working at night, I don't know what my schedule is going to be like. So what I've decided is 3 of them will be live. I may record them live that night and then I will post them in the group, or I will try to go live just like this inside the group. You will have, so 5 meditations total. You'll have group access to me. And if you did fill out the form already, please make sure that you check your email. The email will have the direct access to the Facebook group. It'll have the link. It will also have my free top 5 tips on meditation basics. And so, yeah, it starts tomorrow night. Trying to think of what else that I need to share. Let me see. Make sure that I didn't miss any questions. Whoopsie. Okay. Nope, got them all. Okay, perfect. So, free 5-day meditation class starts tomorrow night. You'll receive 5 meditations. You'll receive my top 5 meditation basic tips to help you really get into the groove of meditating. And these meditations will be over anxiety, self-love. We'll see what else I come up. Oh, my cat is knocking down the trash can. We'll see what else comes up too. But for sure, anxiety, self-love. I'm going to do an energy protection, a cutting the cord, which is like releasing yourself from what no longer serves you. And then one more. I can't decide which one it is, but I'll decide when it comes up. And I don't have these ready. I have not recorded them, so these will be fresh for you guys. I'm really excited to do this. When I talk about meditating, I often get all of these questions about it, and so being able to present this information to you is so awesome and so freaking exciting. So if you have any questions about it, don't hesitate to reach out. Link in the bio and Instagram. Click free 5-day meditation class. Facebook. You can also go to Instagram, or I will put it in the comment section. And if you guys have any questions, my door is always open. My door, my Instagram DM, my email, my messenger. I'm always here for you. So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night. I cannot wait to see you in the free meditation class, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.